You know what else Charlotte has? The leader for sixth man of the year with Trey Mann. Right now, Trey Mann averages 28 minutes a game and averages 19, 4, and 3. No, 44% three-point shooting.
He's getting to it. He's cutting up.
Yeah.
He's cutting up.
Hey, did you see that coming out? We knew he was talented, but sixth man of the year?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
He is, they're bringing him in, and this guy is cutting up.
And Brandon Miller's just dunking on everybody.
They got
crazy.
some little young pieces over there. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Charlotte went from being a team like, yo, what the hell are they doing, to being like, okay. And this is why it's important to have.
Now they're ahead of the Wizards and these other teams that we talked about. We're looking at them something different.
They're separating themselves.
Yeah.
Now they're getting away from the pack.
Ahead of the Pistons with Cade?
Yes. I put them ahead of the Pistons. Yes. They're separating themselves from the pack. I put them ahead of the Pistons because LaMelo is the best player of the whole group, and Brendan Miller is extremely talented. So that alone puts them ahead of the mix for me.
Yeah. There's a place to go because you're talking about the bottom, right, with the Wizards and the Pistons and teams like that.
Would you take Cade or Brandon Miller?
Taking Cade over Brandon Miller right now, but Brandon Miller, I don't know. What is it? We called him Paul George before. I don't know.
You're probably right. I probably would take Cade right now. But
it's Cade.
But Brandon's very good, and you can argue in a year or two from now that's not going to be the case.
I mean, he's had some injuries already this year, but
when I say not the case, I don't mean he's not being good.
Yeah.
You can argue in 2 years from now he might take that leap over Cade.
But this is a point you always make. I'm going to use it on this one. Look at the pressure and what's on Cade's shoulders.
No, Cade has
versus Brandon Miller gets to go out there and kind of just hoop.
Very well. That's because he's not the best player on the team.
Right.
He's playing with LaMelo Ball. Cade's out there and they're like, hey, we need you to do everything.
Yeah.
Hey, we need you to lead us in scoring, rebounding, steals, points. I need you to coach. It's a lot going on over there. So, Charlotte is now moving themselves away from that pack. It doesn't happen coincidentally after they hire everyone new in the organization. That stuff matters, man. Like that whole conversation we had with Halliburton and LaMelo, I don't want to get lost in that again. But the main difference is like Halliburton has stability around him. He's playing for Carlisle, man. He's got Pascal Siakam and even like a guy like TJ McConnell, right? He's not a star player. He's a role player. But it's a guy who's played in the league for years, man. Has good experience, good vet, professional. You got Miles Turner, a professional, vet. Like you got James Johnson, a guy who's like their enforcer. Like, bro, they got all these pieces.
Yeah, but my thing is when Halliburton got there, though, they weren't this great team, though. That was my argument with you last week was Halliburton, we said that we had a better organization, better team, but we didn't talk about the Pacers until he got there.
No, I agreed. He was the piece.
Yeah.
We know that. Halliburton's the best player on the team. He is, but they closed through Pascal. It's the strangest thing. But he is the best player on that team. He is the piece. He's the engine that gets that train moving.
Right.
We know that, but they had some nice pieces there that needed him. You know what I'm saying? Of course they needed Halliburton to be good, but they still have, like, the infrastructure was better. The Pacers as an organization was just run better.
Well, as far as organizations go, right now it looks like the Jazz are the leader in the clubhouse to get Cooper Flagg. They have the worst record in the NBA.
Well,
How would you like a team like the Jazz getting a guy like Cooper?
Utah fans would just light up.
Yeah.
You get another Gordon Hayward-esque, but even more talented player in there. They're chomping at the bit.
Yeah. Well, we love the fact that Victor went to the Spurs. We thought it was a perfect match. Utah is definitely an organization that has a history of winning. And if Cooper goes there, I don't think people, like, for example, if he goes to Brooklyn, we just haven't really seen, ever since they moved to Brooklyn, it's been kind of a lot of dysfunction over there. Versus the Jazz, I feel like, I don't think they've been super successful, but you trust them more to build something around Cooper, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man. You know, sometimes I try not to be too hard on Brooklyn because it's like they went for it. It didn't work out, but
who's not going to take? Yeah,
like, bro, people are like, man, Brooklyn doesn't know what they're doing. Sean Marks, this, that. It's like, bro, my man went and got Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie. You're mad at him,
right?
He tried to go win. Like, he went all in. Let's get these guys. Let's go win some championships. And then it didn't work out, and these guys all left, and now they're like, you suck. Like, yo, bro, we're still recovering from this. We had to give a lot to get these guys. We tried to go win. Isn't that what you want as a fan, as your president, your
Absolutely.
GM, trying to go win a banner, put something up, create a culture for Brooklyn, considering they're in the Knicks city? Like, they're trying to create their own thing in their own borough. That's a good thing. They're obviously been recovering, and it has been pretty since, but like, my guy, like, I can't be like, yo, he can't go to Brooklyn. It's going to be a mess there. I don't know. It could be solid again. This is a guy who clearly goes for it. I would imagine if Sean Marks gets Cooper Flagg, he's going to go for it again and try to get as many pieces around him as possible and do everything he can to build a thing around a player like that who can be a generational talent, right? So if he is that. So that's something that like I don't ever like to say like
those are good points.
Yeah, I don't want to downplay Sean in Brooklyn. I like when a guy like him goes for it. You know, I respect it. It's the same thing. People try to give a hard time on Lawrence Frank. Like, bro, the Clippers tried to go for it years ago, man. They went, they listen, has it aged the best? No. All these guys have left. Kawhi
but anyone would have taken Kawhi, who just won a title, and traded for Paul George if it's going to get you Kawhi.
And no one knew, and you could lie if you want to. Everyone thought Shea was talented. Even my dad, like, I knew he was going to be good. I didn't know he was going to be the best player in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know he was going to be the second, third best player in the NBA.
Right.
No one knew that. So, like, it hasn't aged well, but like, bro, they tried to go win a championship for the fan base.
Right, and even signing, for example, when the Nets signed DeAndre Jordan, well, you would have done it if it got you Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Like, that's part of it. At the time,
this is like 5-6 years ago. DeAndre even had better legs then. He wasn't too far removed from the Clippers. It was exciting. Like, what the fuck? They had Jared Allen there, Joe Harris. Bro, they loaded that team up. People thought that team was Dinwiddie was off the bat. Like, bro, that team had so many hoopers. They were like, this team's going to go win. Good God. Right. And then it didn't age well, and everybody's like, man, you look what you've done. Come on, man.
I mean, Kevin Durant's toes not on that line. We're talking about a whole different run for them.
We're talking
about a title for them. And
it's so funny how it works. Yeah. So it's just like, I don't like to be too hard on some of these guys.
They're going to do a 30 for 30 one day on that toe, because that toe got Giannis a title. We talk about Giannis differently, right? What would we talk about Giannis right now if he didn't win that title? It'd just be a completely different conversation. And if KD wins that title with the Nets,
it's a different
situation. There's nothing you can say about the guy. He might
still be there. That's the statue.
Yeah, there's the statue.
It's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. But yeah, I think, you know, both teams will do right by Cooper. I think anybody who gets a Cooper flag, the whole house is going to be set about building around him the right way, and you hope they do that. So